Trojan family, what is going on? Welcome back to the USC LAFB show here on the LAFB network. I'm your host, Ryan Dyrud. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Thursday morning. Last night, during our live stream with myself and Tim Pranley, call-in show, if you were there, appreciate you hanging out, appreciate the comments, appreciate those that called in. If you haven't seen it, you can check out the recording of it right here on the USC LAFB YouTube channel. But during the show, news broke. USC gets what is likely their final transfer portal piece in tight end Tucker Ashcraft, formerly of Wisconsin. So we broke it on the show, but I wanted to get on here really quick, do a quick video on his, what he's going to look like kind of, I think, in this offense in the coming 2026 season. And then I think later on, we'll let the dust settle, and I'll do kind of a full transfer portal recap of USC's haul. I think it's, for some, maybe a little underwhelming. I think they were very decisive in what they were looking for, but I'll get into that, later down the line once the dust has settled a little bit. But Tucker Ashcraft, first off, just look at this picture. This is a Big Ten tight end. When you look at this photo, this is the dude you want blocking for you with the big uglies on the offensive line, right? That is a Big Ten tight end. So quickly, the statistics and size, 6'5", 260, so a monster size. When you think of tight end, that's like almost bigger than a lot of offensive linemen in some regards and in some aspects. So big body, certainly can anchor that right or left side wherever they line him up in certain situations. This will be his fourth season, ultimately redshirt last year due to injury. Went into camp with a lower leg injury, so missed a good bulk of the season. Came back and then had a little bit of an upper body stuff that caused him to get, come out of games and whatnot. So should be fully healthy going into this season. Finished last year with just 2 catches, 10 yards because of that injury. And in 2024 had 12 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. And his freshman season had 8 catches, 86 yards and a touchdown. So this is not an addition to replace the offensive production in terms of passing game from Walker Lyons and Lake McCree. That is not what this addition is. That production is going to be replaced by Mark Bowman and potentially Josiah Jefferson, who they added out of the JUCO ranks. So a lot of youth there when you're looking at pure offensive production. And so a guy like Tucker Ashcraft comes in. He's a veteran. He's been in college now 3 years. He's got the big body. He's played in the Big Ten. And he can go up and get it. Like, he has that size, especially in goal line situations, especially in short yardage situations. I think they'll certainly use him in that size to really body out backers when they need, those first downs and they need a big body guy to do it. Like, Tucker Ashcraft can be that. But he's not going to be a 500-yard type guy. He's not going to replace that production that we saw from Lyons and McCree. Like, this is a very intentional signing, and it's that of big body, short yardage guy and a meat grading, road blocking tight end in the running game. And when you look at a lot of this offense transition, if you will, to this past season, a lot of 12 personnel, a lot of 13 personnel. I love when opposing, not just fans, but opposing media, when you think of like Ohio State and even Notre Dame and all those talk about, this Lincoln Riley offense and air raid and yada, yada, yada. Like, they clearly did not watch the offense last year. The old Lincoln Riley, maybe, but last year's offense was a Big Ten offense. They ran the ball almost dead even as much as they passed the ball, and they ran a lot of 12 personnel, even some 13 personnel with a lot of tight end sets. And so someone like a Mark Bowman, who is the prize of this class and the future kind of elite skill player for this USC team, when you look at him comped with or added with the receiving room, while he is going to be so great and so special, he still is going to need to get up to speed, maybe is the wrong word, but get up to, I guess, just the requirements of being a blocker in the Big Ten. Like, we'll see how quickly that comes. Maybe it comes quick. He is a big dude for being what should be his senior year in high school next year, and he's already going to be on campus. But there might be some growing pains in the blocking department. I don't think he'll have any issues in the receiving department. I think from day one, he will be an elite receiving tight end for this USC Trojans team and for this offense. But in blocking, it might take some time. And there might be some transition in that to where in certain situations, he may not be up to it for that. He will get there. I have no doubt. Like, you see this dude, for his age, he already has that elite size. Like, he has that Brock Bowers type size that will be able to do everything. He is a 3-down tight end. So I don't want anyone getting worried by that. But it might take some time. It might take a few games, might take half a season to be a elite blocker. And so a guy like Tucker Ashcraft will come in as an elite blocker right off the bat. Like, he is a 6th offensive lineman that has some versatility in the passing game. Like, that's what this addition is. A 6th lineman that can get you short yardage if you need it. Now, you may surprise us and have a couple seam routes that go and hit. I know Lincoln Riley loves those tight end seam routes. We saw it every game with Walker Lyons and Lake McCree. And so they may be able to surprise some defenses because they're not expecting a guy like Ashcroft to be in that situation. They're going to be looking more for Bowman and Josiah Jefferson, but he might be able to do that. But this is a true addition for the run game, especially in, pulling. They like to pull the guards and running all these different zone packages, and he'll be able to be a nice addition for Wayman Jordan and King Miller and others to really spring between not just the tackles now, but between the tackle and the tight end when you look at that 6-man front on the offensive line. So I really like this addition. I talked about him last week. If you watched the show, you would have already been tipped off that this was probably one of the targets for USC in the tight end room, and certainly he is it. And it looks like this likely will be the final addition for this transfer portal class. So I'll talk a full recap of the class here a little bit later, but just want to get on quick and give you a brief update on Tucker Ashcroft, tight end, 6'5", 260. Let me know in the comments your thoughts below on this edition. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you indifferent? Do you not really care? But I think for what they want him to do, which is going to be continually building out this run game to be a dominant run game in the Big Ten, this is a perfect addition. You didn't need a big threat tight end. You got him in Mark Bowman. You didn't need to go pay a bunch of money for the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tight ends that are a receiving threat. You didn't need that. You needed another blocker, and they got that. So, love the addition, but we'll talk more on the overarching class here in a bit. Appreciate you, family. Hit that like and subscribe button. We got you covered all things USC all day, every day here at USC LAFB. As always, fight on. Hey, Trojan family, thank you so much for hanging out and watching the USC LAFB show. Before you go, let me tell you quickly about our friends over at Sleeper. Go right now, download the Sleeper app. It's the #1 sports app, not just for season-long fantasy, but they've got live pickers, they've got live stat updates, they've got a chat that you can chat with other users, plus the daily pick'em, which is a blast, or daily fantasy, whatever you want to call it. You go and pick 2 to 8 players across any sports. If you're talking USC, go choose J.D. Maiava in his next matchup. Pick more or less passing yards, more or less touchdowns. You stack those, and you can win real money. When you go to make your first deposit, make sure you use our promo code USCLAFB. You're going to get a match deposit up to $100. Put in $100, you get $100 free to play with from Sleeper. Put in $10, they'll match you that $10, so now you're sitting at $20 to play with. But also, right now, for any new users, no deposit required. You get $20 free entry. You can stack both. You can get the $20 for free. Go make a deposit. Use USC LAFB, and now you've got a bunch of free money to play with right there on the Sleeper app. Check it out, Trojan family, and when you do, tell them the guys at the USC LAFB sent you.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.